Chair, through you, in terms of the movement of Fijian citizens overseas for work, what are your thoughts right now? I'm sorry, I'm going straight into maybe 2022 and reflections on 2022 on labor mobility in terms of immigration and how you can better serve them before they leave Fiji, because it seems like we try and capture them when they're in Australia, New Zealand, and you can't go to every farm. It's hard for them to come to one place when they have to travel such big distances. Have you ever thought of capturing voters before they leave the country, making sure that they're registered, giving them the information that they need?
Thank you, Chair. Without 2022 General Election Review, that was also some of the issues that were raised by our stakeholders. We did not conduct review only for internally, we also conducted it with government agencies as well as with our civil society organizations, the political parties and the media. And it was raised to us. And we do note that we did not, in 2022, captured everyone. Even though we had gone to overseas countries, we just went to certain places. Basically, what we saw was that we ran our own lane in the 2022 general election. For the next general election, we are working with government agencies just to help us. Because one thing we note, just to give an example, is that before they leave for PAM scheme or for NEC, they normally have their workshops done by the Ministry of Employment. So those are areas where we see where we can come in and do their registration. But one thing we also bear in mind is the postal process. Doesn't mean you're registered that you automatically become a postal voter when you reside overseas. And one of the loopholes we saw for the 2022 general election was the process of applying itself. We did not do more awareness on it to tell the overseas voters that in order for you to vote, you need to apply for postal voters. Some, they had the understanding is that they are registered automatically, they receive their postal ballots because it's reflected in their voter card that they're in overseas. But there is a process for postal ballots, and in 2022 what we did is that we asked them to download the application form for them to complete it, look for Notary Public to witness it, and scan it and send it back to us together with their voter card. So while reviewing that process, one thing we discovered was that, first of all, the time spent into trying to print those documents. First, looking for the internet shops to print those documents, complete it. Notary Public in overseas, we've received feedback that it's expensive. As well as completing it, scanning and sending it through. So that is a process we are trying to streamline in preparation for the general election. And because it's reflected in the law, we'll just wait for the legal reform on the 3 electoral laws. And this is where we can raise these concerns so that it's reflected and hopefully it's amended. And in the next general election, we'll be able to get a lot of postals from overseas.